Welcome to Module 5. I'm Barbara Andrews, and in this module, we will explore how AI can transform meetings from time-consuming check-ins into focused, productive working sessions. This module introduces practical ways Copilot helps you prepare, stay aligned during discussions, and follow through on outcomes. So meetings drive clarity, decisions, and actions instead of just conversation. Copilot in Microsoft Teams enhances how people communicate and collaborate by bringing AI directly into chats in meetings. This module introduces how Copilot helps teams stay aligned by summarizing conversations, surfacing key points, and making it easier to find and act on information, reducing friction and improving day-to-day productivity. You'll explore how Copilot strengthens collaboration in Teams chats, amplifies effectiveness in Teams meetings, and supports an end-to-end collaboration workflow through hands-on exercises. Imagine that a project team uses Copilot to summarize a long Teams meeting, capture action items, and share a clear follow-up in chat, ensuring everyone stays aligned without rewatching the meeting. Think how much time that could save. What is Copilot in Teams, you might be thinking? It is a powerful collaboration layer that brings communication, productivity, and automation together in one workspace. By combining Teams with Copilot, users can stay aligned through summarized chats, meeting recaps, surfaced action items, and streamlined workflows, reducing time spent searching for information or catching up across time zones. Copilot enhances everyday collaboration by making conversations easier to follow, decisions clearer, and the next steps more actionable, helping teams stay organized and focused on outcomes. You might be part of a team that would like to manage meetings, tasks, and discussions across regions. Copilot in Teams is essential. It can summarize long conversations, generate meeting overviews for those who couldn't attend, suggest follow-up questions, and pull unified insights from multiple sources, all while supporting custom Copilots tailored to specific workflows. Try this prompt. Summarize this Teams meeting for teammates in other time zones, highlight key decisions, list action items with owners and deadlines, and suggest next steps or follow-up questions. Now Teams is a centralized, intelligent workspace that keeps everyone informed, connected, and moving forward, no matter where or when they work. Now let's look at how Copilot in Teams helps grow collaboration by making chats and channels easier to manage and be more impactful. Copilot can summarize long conversations, draft messages, highlight key points, surface relevant content, and even create or manage tasks directly from chat, helping teams stay organized and aligned without scrolling endlessly or missing critical information. By bringing contextual insights and task management into the flow of conversation, Copilot streamlines everyday teamwork and reduces cognitive overload. With important details always accessible and routine actions handled for you, teams can focus less on tracking information and more on making decisions and moving forward efficiently. Copilot in Teams transforms everyday chats and channels into a powerful productivity hub by helping you stay on top of conversations without the noise. It can summarize long message threads so you can catch up in seconds, highlighting key points so nothing important is missed, draft clear responses, and surface contextual insights directly within the flow of work. Copilot also enables task creation and management straight from chat messages, reducing the friction of switching tools and ensuring follow-through. With these capabilities working together, teams communicate more effectively, stay organized, and focus on outcomes rather than scrolling through endless conversations, knowing that critical information is always at their fingertips. For example, a cross-functional team returns to numerous Teams messages after a long weekend. Rather than reading each message, Copilot summarizes the last 30 days of conversation, highlights key decisions, and creates actionable tasks from follow-ups within the chat, improving collaboration and workflow efficiency. It's important to note that Copilot references information from the open message thread with a default 30-day history unless you specify otherwise, and it cannot summarize images, loop components, or files shared in the chat. Even with these boundaries, Copilot dramatically reduces cognitive load, helping teams move faster with clarity and confidence. Copilot in Teams is designed to meet you exactly where your work already happens, your messages. Whether you're drafting a quick chat, posting in a busy channel, or responding to a sensitive update, Copilot helps you polish your message for clarity, tone, and length before it ever goes out. And instead of rewriting the same message multiple times or worrying about how it might land, you can use Copilot directly in the Compose box to refine your words, sound more confident, and communicate more effectively. The result is faster, clearer collaboration with less cognitive load, especially valuable when you're communicating across teams and time zones. Copilot helps you quickly catch up on missed conversations by summarizing chat or channel threads so you can rejoin discussions with context. For instance, if you join a project channel after meetings, Copilot highlights important decisions, opens questions, and also the next steps, letting you respond efficiently without reading every message. Together with smarter message drafting, these features make Copilot valuable for working more effectively in teams. Copilot in Teams helps answer, "What should I say?" by functioning as an intelligent writing assistant within chats and channels. It helps you draft, rewrite, or adjust messages, making them concise, professional, enthusiastic, or matching your desired tone, such as friendly or instructive. While generic prompts like "write this" work, being specific about tone, audience, length, or intent yields better results by improving grammar, clarity, and style. For example, instead of simply asking for a friendlier message, refining the prompt to, let's say, something like, "Rewrite this message to be more friendly and encouraging for a cross-functional team while keeping it concise and professional." This will lead to more effective adjustments. By experimenting with increasingly specific prompts, learners gain better control over the output, improve message quality, and build confidence in using Copilot as a true communication coach rather than just a rewrite button. Remember, too, that at any time you can ask Copilot how to best write this prompt for the outcome that you're looking for. This saves time and multiple iterations on your part to get the response from Copilot that you're looking for. The key is to have an idea of what you'd like the outcome to include and have Copilot help you write the best prompt for that outcome or iterate with Copilot to arrive at it. One of the most valuable features of Copilot in Teams is the ability to help you quickly answer the question, "What did I miss?" Imagine joining late to a busy project chat and finding hundreds of new messages. Instead of scrolling through the entire thread, you can ask Copilot to summarize the conversation and surface the most important information like key updates, shared links, decisions that were made, and any open action items. Whether you're joining late, catching up after time away, or simply need a quick refresher before responding, Copilot keeps you up to speed with minimal effort. Try this simple prompt. Summarize the key decisions, action items, and open questions from this chat and highlight anything assigned to me. In seconds, you'll have a clearer picture of what matters most, and you can jump back into the conversation confidently. Copilot helps you quickly surface key information, identify action items, and summarize conversations so you can understand what happened, know what needs to be done, and move forward without reading every message. Copilot in Microsoft Teams is designed to enhance productivity and streamline collaboration during meetings. Acting as a virtual assistant, Copilot can perform various functions to support meeting participants, enabling them to focus on the discussion rather than administrative tasks. Here we will explore the core functionalities of Copilot in Teams meetings, highlighting its capabilities in note taking, managing action items, summarizing meetings, facilitating discussions, and functioning without the need for recording. This section discusses how you can amplify your collaboration during and after meeting using Copilot in Microsoft Teams. Copilot in Teams helps you run better meetings from start to finish by taking care of the busy work that usually slows teams down. Before a meeting, it can help generate agendas and summarize prior notes so everyone shows up prepared. During the meeting, Copilot captures key discussion points, action items, and outcomes in real time, while also surfacing relevant files and links from SharePoint, OneDrive, or your device, keeping the conversation focused and productive. As the organizer, you can stay in control of how Copilot is used, ensuring it supports the meeting without getting in the way. After the meeting, Copilot delivers a clear, comprehensive recap with AI-generated notes, transcript summaries, and tracked action items, so nothing falls through the cracks. For example, imagine a cross-functional project sync where stakeholders join late or miss the meeting entirely. Copilot provides an instant summary of decisions made, tasks assigned, and next steps, allowing everyone to align quickly without scheduling another call. The result is fewer follow-ups, clearer ownership, and meetings that actually move work forward. Copilot in Teams helps you set up and run more effective meetings by letting you control when Copilot is active and how it supports the discussion. Depending on your organization's policy and meeting settings, Copilot can be available during and after meeting, or only during the meeting, or turned off entirely. Transcription is required for Copilot to work. Once transcription starts, Copilot can capture key points, surface insights from what was said, and respond to prompts in real time. If Copilot is enabled only during the meeting, it uses live speech to text to assist in the moment, but insights and interactions won't persist after the meeting ends. These controls help balance productivity with compliance and sensitivity needs. Beyond insights, Copilot can also act as a meeting facilitator, helping keep conversations focused and productive. In a real-world scenario, a meeting organizer running a fast-paced project review might say, Copilot, help manage the agenda and keep track of time during the meeting. As the discussion unfolds, Copilot can help keep the group on topic, highlight frequently asked questions, summarize ideas from a transcript and chat, and even organize feedback into a table with pros and cons. This facilitation support reduces cognitive load on the organizer and allows participants to focus on meaningful discussion, resulting in meetings that stay on track, run efficiently, and drive clear outcomes. Copilot in Teams helps you stay fully engaged in meetings by handling both note-taking and resource sharing in the flow of the conversation. During a meeting, you can prompt Copilot to upload and share the right files, generate links, manage permissions, and even summarize documents before sharing them so participants immediately understand what matters. At the same time, Copilot automatically captures key discussion points, decisions, and action items using transcription when enabled, and can be guided with customizable prompts to focus on exactly what you need, from highlights to follow-up questions. In a real-world scenario, like a project review or a customer handoff meeting, Copilot can instantly share the latest project report, explain the key takeaways, and record decisions as they happen, all without interrupting the discussion. After the meeting, the Recap tab provides AI-generated notes, summaries, and action items, so nothing is missed. While capabilities depend on the transcription, organizational policies, and tenant settings, when enabled, Copilot dramatically reduces the manual effort and ensures everyone leaves the meeting aligned and informed. Remember that if the meeting isn't being transcribed, Copilot's ability to share resources and give insights is limited. Copilot may not work with external participants. Feature availability depends on your organization's policies, sensitivity settings, and IT admin controls. Copilot in Teams makes it easy to recap and summarize meetings, so nothing important is lost once the call ends. During a meeting, Copilot can automatically capture key discussion points and highlights, especially when transcription is enabled. Using the meeting to transcribe to generate accurate and detailed summaries is really the way you want to go. You can guide Copilot with custom prompts to focus on what matters most, whether it's a high-level overview or a deeper breakdown of the discussion, or even specific participant perspectives. After the meeting, everything comes together in that Recap tab, where you can quickly review the AI-generated summary, notes, mentions, and transcript to refresh the context without rewatching the entire meeting. For example, after a fast-moving project sync, a team lead might open the Recap tab and use a prompt like, summarize the main points discussed and provide detailed breakdown of the conversation for stakeholders who couldn't attend. In seconds, they have a clear, shareable summary that ensures alignment across the team. This capability helps teams stay informed, reduces follow-up meetings, and creates a reliable record of what was discussed, while setting the stage for the next step, where action items can be reviewed and assigned. Copilot in Teams turns meeting follow-through into a seamless, built-in experience by actively tracking action items as conversations unfold. Instead of relying on manual note-taking or post-meeting memory, Copilot identifies tasks in real time. It ties them to the decisions being made and helps clarify who owns what and by when. With simple prompts, you can instantly list action items, delegate responsibilities, establish deadlines, or even generate a structured task list directly from the meeting notes, ensuring clarity, alignment, and shared accountability across the team. In a real-world scenario like a cross-team planning or delivering review, Copilot can capture decisions as they happen, assign next steps to specific individuals, and set deadlines before the meeting even ends. Afterward, everyone leaves with a clear understanding of their responsibilities, reducing follow-up emails and missed commitments. By making action items visible, structured, and easy to track, Copilot helps teams move from discussion to execution and keeps projects firmly on track. Let's put Copilot into action and see how it can simplify collaboration, streamline communication, and keep work moving forward effortlessly. As Contosa's manager, you need strong communication to align your team. Use Copilot to quickly draft or revise a clear professional message about incorporating a new idea for the Contoso Connect launch before the deadline. This exercise is going to walk you through a realistic end-to-end collaboration scenario using Copilot to craft a clear, engaging message, schedule meetings, and confidently delegate follow-up actions, showing how Copilot supports you at every step from idea to execution. Now it's time for lab number 4, where we can explore how to use Copilot in Teams. So again, we want to go out to MS-4018 courseware, and from there come down into making our meetings more productive with AI. And as you can see, the exercise is right here. We can click on that. It's for collaboration with Copilot in Teams. And yes, this is going to be done in our online Teams app. In this case, we're a manager at Contoso, and we're relying on Teams to help us with communication with our team every day. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a look at the lab there. And what we're going to do is we're going to go out to Teams. And so as we get into Teams, remember you can get in by clicking Teams from here. And you can also click the link. It'll get us into the online Teams. That's another one from the lab. Both will get you in. And once we're in Teams, you'll have to log in order to work with us, as you know. And we have a lot of options we can do to get into Teams, as you can see, and one of which we can come into Teams and we can create a new team where we're going to create this one. And we're going to call this team People and Culture. Little typo there, People and Culture. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give this description, and actually we're going to leave that blank, and we're going to go into a private channel here. And so the name of the channel is going to be Contoso Connect. There we go. And then we have to give the channel, let's see, we'll go in and we'll just make it a basic channel right here. And once this is created, we're going to post in our channel. And we're going to skip adding people, but normally, of course, you want to add people to this. So in this scenario here, you have a closed scenario. We're not going to add any people here, but normally you would. And then, of course, what we want to do is post in our channel. And you could list, of course, a subject for your post. You might also want to type your post here. And then we're going to write a little post here that says, hey, team, we've been thinking about Contoso Connect and how we can make this product launch more exciting for our customers. And we have a lot of ideas here that we would like to talk about, and we want to hear from people. So what do you think would make our customers excited and ready to work with Connect? And so let me see, maybe what we can do here is we need to think about maybe redoing the post if we wanted to do that. Maybe it's not engaging, or maybe professional, and we'd like to be maybe a little bit more, some changes added to it. So what we can do is we can choose Rewrite with Copilot. And that will give us a lot of different ways to adjust this, a couple different ways. Well, we can make it longer, we can make it more concise. Maybe I want to try professional, and I can rewrite it to sound more professional. And we can keep both of our edits, and then we could get back into this and we could adjust it again. And I'm going to make it more, give it another look here. And maybe we're excited, okay, really excited about this, and we want to have something that truly is engaging for our customers. So we can choose any of these to adjust, and we can go with custom, or we could, write exactly what we want it to be, or how we want it to be written. Maybe there's another idea that's not in this list. We can choose to rewrite here. So it's just automatically rewriting for us. And notice I have 4 options I can choose from, and I can pick the one that I want to post. And so I can keep going through this. And I like the enthusiastic number 1, so I'm going to replace it with that. I'm going to go ahead and post this. So as you can see, you can use Copilot in Teams to work with chat. And what we can do is we have a meeting and we can have it live, and we wanted to maybe run a transcript or a video recording of that Teams meeting. And then we could have it create notes for us. Maybe after the meeting, maybe what we want to do is we want to have it facilitated. All of those we have the ability to do. So this gives us a start here to see Teams in action and what we can do. And what we can also do is we can work with Outlook here. So I'm going to go into Outlook, and usually when we're working on a meeting, we usually would like to have a little bit of a meeting, have it create a meeting invite for us. Maybe also we want it to do a draft for some invitation to discuss what we want to talk about. So here inside of Outlook, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open Copilot. And once I open up Copilot, I'm going to make it kind of a bigger app so we can see that option. And so let me click the 3 dots here and see if I can expand this out. And I think it's taking just a moment to set up. And I'm going to have it open in a full app. And that gives us a little more space to see this. And I'm going to keep it on the Work tab because likely when you work in Outlook, you have to ask work-related questions. So one of the things I'm going to ask it to do is to draft a meeting invitation to discuss the upcoming product launch and review the product project timeline and assign tasks. So notice it takes it a little bit to type that out there, but once it's typed, we can run this, and I'm going to create a meeting invitation for us to use to help discuss that product launch. And it's going to take it just a moment. And as it writes, it's going to give us a polished version that says it's ready to send. And so this is a good option right here. Notice it has the agenda. It has prepared for us the expected outcome, the attendees that we need to add, who we'd like to send it to. And then it gives me other options here where it allows me to go in and maybe tailor it for executives versus like work team. Maybe I want to pull in a calendar invite to do that. I can also have it customized for different launches that we're looking at. Here with Mystic Spice Chai Tea, what I'm going to have it do is I'm going to have it go through and rewrite this email and then write it to be in a more professional tone. So notice even here we can have it do some rewriting. And we've seen some rewrites in Word. We've seen it in Teams. We've seen it in Outlook. We have it in a lot of spots. And so, well, that's where we're going to go here. And normally if I want to have this sent out, it's giving me this meeting draft invitation right here, a little bit more professional with meeting objectives, proposed agenda, and all the different things that we need to know. And we want to review some of the project materials. I could send this out. I could make it more concise. I could customize it again. But what I want to do is I'm going to ask it to check time on my calendar. Because likely what we're going to need to do is we want to have a meeting invitation sent. But we also want to know what time is available. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go have it check for calendar time for 30 minutes for tomorrow's meeting. And now what you can do is kind of enhance the prompt is to actually ask it to find a 30-minute time slot on your calendar with whoever you're planning on inviting to the meeting and have time on their calendar also. And then what it will do is it will automatically set up a time that you both have in common. And it will give you a couple options of when you can meet. And so what I want to see time here again, but it usually wants to see other people's calendars too. So I have to have permission to do that. It's going to find a spot when we can all meet if there's more than one person. So notice I have some availability tomorrow between 8 and 5. I know my calendar is not here, so it's really showing just what it knows. It's kind of generic what it's pulling up. So I would want my calendar populated and it'll figure out a time for us to meet. It'll look at other people's calendars, look at a time when we can meet with them. It'll look for a good time slot. And so that can be helpful, having it set up meetings. The other thing I could have it book is a meeting right here. I can check the availability of the other attendees. But I do want it to do is I want it to go ahead and create the meeting for us. I can ask it to do that, create the meeting invite. And what I want to do is when it creates the meeting invite, let me copy this one more time here. I'm going to have it create the meeting invite for tomorrow. And what I want it to do is I want it to include in that invite the agenda and make it ready to send. So I could have it do that. And so we'll give it a moment here and I'll let it tell us what it wants to do. It'll create the agenda. It'll just take a moment. So I told it that I'm ready at 8 a.m. And here it's giving me the title, the date, the duration, the meeting invite. I simply have to confirm it and I can have it added to my calendar right now and added to an email to go out to the people who would like to have, I'm going to invite to this meeting to confirm that they can come. Okay, so there's a lot of ways you can work with Copilot here in Outlook. And I want to kind of highlight a few things here, and that this would be a very personal way to handle it. But what I want to do is, even in your own personal Outlook, I'd like you to try this out, because this is going to be more feature rich if you do it in your own environment rather than here. And on the Work tab, of course, give me 3 tips on how to use Copilot more effectively in Outlook. I could ask it to do that. And so how can I make Outlook even better? And when I add that in, it's going to give me some productivity tips for Outlook, high impact ways of how I can use it. Treat your inbox as a decision queue, not as a to-do list. That's one notice. So that looks pretty good. Make quick decisions every time you open one. So it helps us keep the inbox clear. And so what I need to do is I need to figure out about the schedule. What could I convert? What can I archive? And then another one that gives us here, another high pro tip here, is we want it to use the calendar to protect our focus time, to block time out for us for deep work, schedule time to be able to prepare for meetings, and add short buffers between meetings to avoid overload. That's a really good one. And then we want to also leverage Copilot for faster and better emails. Maybe have it summarize long email threads, draft first versions. Maybe we want it to refine. So the idea here is that we're asking Copilot how we can use Outlook even better. And what we can do is we may also want to take a step further. And if we like any of these or all, maybe what we want to do is we want to have Copilot give us prompts. So actually priming this, give me one moment. I think I copied the next one. Okay, so we already done that one. Give us tips. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have it create the best prompt for each of those 3 tips to get the most out of Copilot in Outlook. So I'm going to have it do this one. And it's going to take a moment, and I'm going to look through it, and it's going to give us some prompts for each of those tips that I can use right now. It might take a little bit to write this, but there is one, the first one to summarize, and then we want it to extract key decisions, open questions, action items with owners if mentioned, and details. Then propose my next best action in 1 sentence, and draft another one in a reply consent. This is awesome. I love that prompt. Notice too, there's a little faster variant of it here that I can use, and then notice for protecting my focus time. Here's a prompt that I can use right now. Draft a professional email to the team that proposes 2 30-minute meetings tomorrow, and ask recipients to apply with availability. Notice some of the things here. It's really just helping us be more exact with our time here. That could be very helpful. And then I could also use this prompt here to get templates, prompts for high quality drafts and tone. So a best prompt here is to draft an email about whatever topic, whatever audience you want to send to, whatever the goal is. Ask Copilot to help you make it more exact. So we can ask for maybe a deadline to be added here, clear next steps. This gives us really confident, concise prompts here. There's a shorter version, there's a longer version. This is an excellent prompt that I can use right now for writing my emails. So then it gives us a little bit more of a bonus here, draft a meeting agenda. So we could use this one here to plug straight in to our prompt and get the meeting invites created. So these are great prompts. So you can always ask Copilot, what is the best way to say this and get the best from you? You could always ask it to do that. But one of the things I do want to ask it to do is I can have it take it a step further, and I can ask it to customize these prompts for executive workflows. So I think it gave me a really good prompt, but I can then ask it to do a little bit deeper. So let's see what it does here. And we can have it make it even better, even faster, more clearer. And notice you can kind of just work with the prompts. Here's some more options that it's giving us. Get ready to put your learning into action. This knowledge check gives you a chance to test what you've learned about using Copilot in Teams in real time. You can use Copilot Chat to generate your own quiz, answer each question, and then see an explanation of the correct response. It's a quick, interactive way to reinforce key concepts and make sure you're confident with the tools before moving on. Let's dive in and see how much you've learned. You may also get started by using the prompt here. As an expert in Microsoft 365 Copilot, create 3 multiple choice questions on how Microsoft 365 Copilot in Teams functions. Present all the questions together and wait for my response. After I answer, briefly explain the correct answer before moving on to the next question. Now it's time for our knowledge check. Question 1. A team member joins a project chat after being away for a day and finds hundreds of new messages. To stay informed without having to sift through long threads, what can the team member ask Copilot in Teams? Answer: what are the key points from yesterday's discussion? Question 2. In a brainstorming session about a new project, the team wants to focus on the discussion without worrying about jotting down every detail. What can they instruct Copilot to do? Answer: to take notes on the main ideas and discussions discussed in the meeting. Question 3. A manager at Contoso wants to gather all the information from a Teams chat and schedule a meeting to discuss the points. Which of the following steps should they take? Answer: they should use Copilot to gather key information from the chat, then use Copilot in Outlook to find the best time for the meeting based on the team's availability, and draft the body of the meeting invite. In this module, we highlighted how Copilot in Teams enhances collaboration, boosts productivity, and helps teams stay informed and organized throughout their workday. By streamlining communication, supporting smarter meetings, and making it easier to capture and follow up on key information, Copilot reduces friction in everyday teamwork. Whether it's improving how teams communicate, simplifying meeting management, or ensuring tasks don't fall through the cracks, Copilot helps teams work more effectively and with greater clarity. Copilot in Teams has end-to-end support from collaboration to meetings to tasks to tracking. Copilot helps teams deliver results with confidence. You're doing a great job learning how Copilot can empower you to work smarter and faster. If you want to learn more, be sure to watch other videos in this course or explore more on Microsoft Learn at aka.ms/learn. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you in our next module.